was boarding a flight to the island of Bali. In queue, in front of me, is a couple. And my eyes are drawn to them. They look like they're about in their late 30s, maybe. And they look like they were in uniform. They were both wearing the same sort of outdoor shirts, with the big pockets, and those pants with the zips where you can take a long pair of pants and make them shorts. You know those? They were identically matched. And you know what? They couldn't take their hands off each other. They were so excited. They were smiling, jumping, kissing each other. So obviously, I got involved with them, and I said, what's wrong with these people? So I took a closer look at them, and I realized, hey, they have the same backpacks. Same brand, same color. Hers was smaller, his was bigger. They had the same shoes. Same brand, same color. Hers was smaller, his was bigger. And I thought to myself, hey, that's so adorable. They're on holiday. They were going to Bali for a holiday. And they were having a great experience. We all love experiences. We love good experiences. Am I right? None of us wake up in the morning and say, oh God, please give me a bad experience. Right? No, we don't. We want good experiences. And when this couple went and bought their holiday, they purchased not just a product, they purchased an experience. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'd like to share with you today. It is the experiences that mean much more to us than the purchase of products. All right? In other words, we buy experiences. We don't actually buy products. The experience is a combination of several things. First, the location. Entire economies around the world have designed themselves to capitalize on shopping. Am I talking about shopping here? Well, maybe I am. I mean, look at it this way. The whole world is divided into two kinds of people. Right? Those who love shopping and those who insist they hate shopping, but actually they love shopping. Right? So, Dubai, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, these are all countries that have designed the shopping experience. People from Dubai will go to Hong Kong and buy the very same thing that's available in Dubai. Malaysians cross over and go to Singapore and buy the exact same thing that they can buy in Malaysia. Am I correct? Why is that? It's because shopping is an experience. Going to another country, paying in a different currency, staying in a hotel for a couple of days, going to different malls. That's what people are buying. That's what you and I are buying. The second thing that defines an experience is the value of what we buy. Some people may say, oh, I had a really good experience today. I bought a really cheap thing. That same person on another day will say, I had a really good experience today. I bought a really expensive thing. I bought a handbag or an expensive pair of shoes. We didn't buy it. We bought it because it was expensive. This is the experience. The third part of the experience, which is most valuable to all of us, is whether we deserve it. This is very important, and this is actually the crux of what my message to you today is. We must feel that we deserve it. Let me give you an example. I've always wanted a Rolex watch. So one day I went out and stole one. I fulfilled my desire to own a Rolex watch. But what came along with it was guilt, shame, fear. I couldn't use it in public, right? I got none of the I deserve it. And that, my friends, is a bad experience. And I don't want bad experiences. Let me take you to a slightly different place. The world today is not a very happy place. It's a bit of a topsy-turvy world. There are far too many people, human beings on us. There's not enough space for our cities and our streets. We don't have enough space to plant our food. Climates are changing. It's suddenly hot in cold places, and it is suddenly flooding in dry places. The sea levels are rising, islands are disappearing. So much of our beautiful, unique wildlife are going extinct, being abused, being eaten on our tables, being put in boxes and shipped from country to country, right? Not a very nice thing that's happening in the world today. And the scientists and the conservationists are throwing their hands up in the air and saying, there is nothing we can do about it. The juggernaut of human development is unstoppable. The only people who can do something about it are the huge corporations, companies, and government. You, me, we ordinary people walking around on this planet here, we can't do anything about it. Well, my friends, call me old-fashioned or not rooted in reality, but I disagree. I think each and every one of us here, ordinary people, can actually do something about it. The world works around trade, around consumerism, and we are the consumers of the world. Perhaps through consumerism, we can make a little difference. We can be what we buy. Let's go back to our happy couple in Bali. They bought 2 seats on a plane to go to Bali. Some airline spent millions of dollars to buy an aircraft to sell them those 2 seats to go to Bali. On board, they were served a meal with customized cutlery. They had blankets provided for them. They had an in-flight entertainment system, which, if they could take hands off each other for about 1.5 hours, they could watch a movie, right? Enhance their experience. You see, when you look at it that way, this holiday of the couple was not just about their experience. It actually was a very large commercial enterprise. People supplying meals, people designing in-flight entertainment systems. It involved many companies, and it involved millions of dollars. Take that on. They reach Bali, they get to the hotel. The soap in their bathrooms, the beautiful menus on their fine dining for their meals at night in the restaurants, the sculptures in the lobby, the landscaping in the gardens of the resort. All of this created the experience for the couple, and also was a massive enterprise. The question is, do they want to know all of this? They're coming to Bali for a holiday, right? Should they want to know about what goes on behind? Should you, as consumers, want to know how your products are created for you? Where did they come from? How are they made? I bet you almost every single person in this room at some point in your life has bought a pair of jeans. Right? I'm wearing a pair of jeans now. Somewhere in the world, some cotton farmer planted cotton. Did you wonder who he was? Which company went and bought the cotton from him, made some textiles, dyed it blue and made denim? Which company bought that denim from him, stitched it and cut it into jeans, packed it into nice big boxes? Which company trucked it from that farm in which country, in which part of the world, to a port? And which company shipped it all the way across the world from who knows where to the port in your country, trucked it to the store where you were standing to buy a pair of jeans? I just want to buy a pair of jeans. Some people ask, why are you asking me all these questions? Right? The question is, should you want to know? And this is, if you want to know the things you buy, it sends a powerful message. That cotton farmer, if nobody wanted to know how he planted his cotton, he plant his cotton any way he wanted, right? He could use the worst chemicals in the world. He could employ children and turn them into slaves to harvest his cotton. He could be a bad businessman. Nobody wants to know, you just want to buy his cotton, right? And wear his jeans. But if the customer and the consumer wanted to know, the cotton farmer would do things very differently. And you know what? He would want to do things very differently. The question among ourselves is, do we want to know? Do we want to ask? How many of you recall way back in the 80s, there was a big controversy about cosmetics and animal testing? Yeah? Before that facial cream was placed on the shelf for you to buy, they wanted to make sure that it did not burn half your face off. So they tested it on animals. Guess what? It did burn half the faces off some of those animals. That was just cruel. People said, "Stop it! I will not buy your products if you treat animals like this. Find another way to test the products." Today, you pick up several products, several brands, and it says, this product was not tested on animals. The question, ladies and gentlemen, is, if you went and picked a brand, some other brand on the shelf, and it did not speak to you, would you decline to buy that product? Does it matter to you? Speaking to me is a very, very important message that every single one of us can send out to the industry. Speak to me. This is the one stand that we can make. Okay, let's go back to our couple in Bali again. Last time. They should have left by now. Let's say that they were an asking couple, right? They wanted to know. So the hotel they went in, they would ask the questions. How many of you have been into hotels and you've seen the little tag in there saying, save water, put your towel there and we will not replace it because we save soap? Correct? I'm sure you've seen that sign in a hotel. Well, let me tell you, the only way you can make sure that they do not change your towel is to take it with you. Because the sign is just a sign. But if the couple, for example, in Bali, were an asking couple, this is where the crutch is. This is the irony of it all. If you were a bad company, if the hotel was not a very good operation, the things it would not tell you about how it does business are the very same things a hotel that was doing those good things, a good hotel, would tell you. The same things. What are their practices? What is their environmental footprint? Do they pollute the waters around them? Do they contribute to the communities around them? Do they have good, employment? They pay good salaries. They treat their workers well, right? They contribute back to the community. They are good businesses. The good businesses, they'll tell you all of this because it's part of their marketing. And they want to tell you. This, ladies and gentlemen, is at the end of the day my message to you. You are the recipe. You and I. All the big companies and governments and the scientists are saying are the only people who can save our world. I don't think they got it right. Because you and I are the people who buy things on an everyday basis. We can change. We can feel that we deserve it by asking questions. I want to know. We will be what we buy.